this is a big update. I have been wanting to share this with you guys for a very long time. I'm sitting here with all of these boxes. My house is literally covered with boxes. It's been so hard to keep this a secret. We bought a house and we are moving. So that is what has been kind of brewing for the last couple weeks. It all happened so fast, but before I get into why we're moving, where we're moving to, and all of that, I do want to preface this by saying this has been kind of on the radar for some time. It didn't just happen sporadically. Like, we put a lot of thought into this. Clearly, because we love this house, we love this area that we live in, and it's hard for us to say goodbye. It's just like such a bittersweet moment for us, and especially because of the fact that like my family is here. So it's hard for me to say that we're moving and make this public because it is such a bittersweet moment for us. But we are so excited. This has been, like I said, on our radar for some time, and it's like literally our dream house, and we couldn't be more excited for this new chapter for our family. We have been toying with the idea of moving. We have always wanted a bigger backyard and a place for our future kids to run around, to play with, their siblings, and to be in a neighborhood where there are other children. And we love our neighborhood. Like, this is one of the safest cities in all of the United States. I think it's ranked like number 7 safest cities. So nothing bad against this community in this area. We love it. We love this house. We just wanted a more kid-friendly environment for our son. We want him to grow up with a lot more kids around him, and this one particular area that we found has just like this amazing park, this most insane park with like hundreds of kids just running around. It's a super kid-friendly, family-oriented neighborhood, so we fell in love. But this house just literally checks all of our boxes. So we wanted, obviously a bigger backyard and more space for our son and for our future kids. It's kind of like the main reason why we have decided to move. We are kind of outgrowing this house, believe it or not. Like, we have just filled every single room, every single space, and we do love this house so much though. So we are planning on keeping this house. So we're not selling this house. We are keeping it. We are renting it out, and we have already secured our next home. We have purchased it, and it all happened, you guys. It happened like so fast. Like, it was the most insane thing. Right after my son's 1-year birthday party, we had planned this trip to go out to, should I say where we're moving? Not yet. Should I say? Maybe I'll keep it a surprise. Well, okay, so by the time you're watching this video, we will already be in our house, and I want to keep it a secret of where we decided to move to, but you'll find out, or let me know down in the comments. Like, take a guess of where we're moving to. But we were traveling. We were somewhere, and this house popped up on the market. Literally on our plane ride, I think it popped up on Zillow. And on the day that we landed there, they were having like an open house, and so we went to the open house. And let me tell you, this was like one of the busiest open houses I had ever seen. There were probably a good 20 families there walking the property. And I talked to the agent, and I was like, asking her questions about like, how do things work? How do the transactions work in this state? I was just trying to understand more about their process there, and just kind of getting myself familiarized and more knowledge about you know, like the laws and the rules and policies and stuff there. But instantly I remember walking into the house and falling in love with everything. It was just so perfect. It checked off all of my boxes. And I remember looking, like I had been looking for anywhere between like 6 to 12 months, just looking casually on Zillow. Nothing really sparked my interest. And as soon as I saw this property come on the market, like both my husband and I looked at each other and were like, we have to go and see this house. Even though we aren't like ready, like we didn't even have a pre-approval letter. Like we were like, we're just gonna go and we're gonna look. So we went and we looked, and oh my gosh, the high ceilings, the bright light, the layout of the house, the lot size, the backyard. I mean, there's RV parking, there's enough bedrooms for us, and it was amazing in all aspects. It was basically like our house here, but 10 times better. I don't know how else to describe it. I love it. I love the house. Like, we love it. It met all of our criteria, all of our expectations. And when I walked in and I was like, this is the one. This has to be it. Like, this is our house. Like, you know, when you walk into homes and you just have this like gut feeling that this is it, like this feels like home. And we had seen maybe one other property, and we were thinking we're crazy for wanting to make an offer on literally like the second home that we saw. But at the same time, we're like, if we don't take this risk, when are we going to? When are we going to do this? Because we had been looking for so long and nothing really piqued our interest as much and got us this excited as this particular home. So we're like, we might as well just go in head first, take the plunge and see what happens. And if it's meant to be, it's going to work out. And if not, we'll find another home. That's kind of like what our thought process was. Like, we really, really loved the home. Like, we were so in love with the home, but we also wanted to make sure that we weren't getting ourselves too emotionally invested and attached, because we also knew that we were kind of like, sort of, I don't know, not early on with our search, but we had just started becoming, I guess, more aggressive with it. So when we left the house, like my husband and I were talking, and we both like loved it. Like, he walked the property, we all walked it with my son, and we were like standing in the backyard and looking at our son, and he was just sitting on the grass and playing. And we're like, we have to make an offer. Like, there's literally a park down the street, this most insane park with this massive structure with like swings and everything. And my son was playing there too and had so much fun with like all the kids running around. We're like, this feels right. This feels like a really good family suburb with just so many families, kids. Like, he's just gonna thrive here. Like, it just feels like fate. It feels meant to be. And so we talked and talked, and we're like, but we gotta go fast. We gotta move fast, because there were like so many other families there. It seemed really hot. Like, there was a lot of interest. We talked to the real estate agent. We put in our offer. Like, we were working around the clock while we were on vacation. It turned into pretty much us working nonstop around the clock. We put in our offer, and our offer didn't get accepted. So we were a little bummed about it, but we weren't like, we tried to not get too attached to the house. And we kind of went in thinking of both situations, worst case scenario and best case scenario. So we were a little upset that our first offer didn't get accepted. And she had called us because the real estate agent, the listing agent, She told us that there was like an offer deadline, and it was at like 5 o'clock on Sunday or Monday, something like that. And she called us like literally like 2 or 3 minutes right before the 5 o'clock deadline and told us this offer had come in. And it was this amazing offer, and that the seller decided to go with that one. And we're like, well, is there anything that we can do? And she was like, well, you know, it's way over the asking price, and all of these things that made it a really, really strong offer. So we were just kind of like, okay. And we were like literally heading into a restaurant to have dinner. So there was no time for us to like try and come back with like something better. It was just like, it seemed like a done deal. Like she had already, I guess, signed it or something. And we were just like, okay, well, that sucks. We went and had our dinner, and that was that. We were like, okay, well, we'll just continue searching, and I'm sure another property will come to market that will be amazing, that we'll fall in love with. Like there will always be another perfect home. But we were bummed because we really, really liked that house so much. It just had so much charm, and it was unique, and it had character. It just, we loved it. We loved everything about it. So we went to bed a little bummed, and you know, we kept going and checking on Zillow to see if like there was another house that came to market, but you know, we kind of had to move on. And the next day, I keep saying our because she helped us with the offer. Our agent, she had called us, and she said that the offer fell through, and that the seller is now considering other offers. And I was at first like surprised, because this offer came in so hot, so heavy. It was like way over the asking price. It had all the bells and whistles and everything that the seller wanted. And now it fell through. And we're like, well, why? What happened? And I guess like the buyers got cold feet. They just backed out. And anyway, it was just really bizarre. But thankfully, we now had a chance to put in an offer and see if this time around our offer would get accepted. And it did. And we were just over the moon, but so like nervous and anxious that like, what did we just get ourselves into? Because we had no plan. We were like, what are we gonna do with our current home? We knew that we wanted to keep our current home. We didn't want to sell it, but it was just like all of the unknown. Like we, you know, had to do all of the inspections with this next property. And what if like, you know, it doesn't work out? Like we were just like thinking all of this through, and we had so much to do, so much to get done, because while we were, you know, traveling, while we were there, we wanted to make sure that we were present for all of the inspections. And so we had to do a full property inspection and all of this stuff. And we were scheduling all of these things. We were so busy and so stressed while we were there. We successfully closed. And here we are now. We are packing up our house, and we're moving, which is wild. It's just crazy to see our house like packed up in like 100 boxes or more, 200 boxes. Packing is a beast. Packing is definitely not a joke. We're super excited. My folks are very sad that we're moving, but they will come and visit. My husband still has to come here for work, and he'll be traveling every few months to come here. We'll come and visit periodically, so we're not too far, which is good. When we were first kind of thinking of where we would move to that would meet all of our criteria and requirements, like we never really wanted to consider the East Coast. I mean, it was just really, really far, and both my husband and I were kind of on the same page as wanting to stay like on the West Coast. So if that gives you some idea of where we're moving to, you can leave your guesses down below. But anyway, we are just super, super, super excited. We cannot wait to start this next chapter. We cannot wait to like go and explore this new environment, new city. There's gonna be snow. We're gonna teach our son to ski. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna become a pro at skiing. And my husband's just gonna have a blast with skiing with my son, and we're gonna have more kids, hopefully, running around in the backyard on the grass and playing, and just, yeah, I'm ready for something new. I know this was a big shock, big surprise. It was for at least our family, and for a lot of our friends. They were like, why are you moving? Like, what's taking you there? And so I just had to, explain to them that, we want to keep this house, and that is our goal, because for whatever reason, if we have to come back, we will come back. But we also want our son to be happy and thriving, and we want to raise him in an environment where he is going to flourish with other kids, and more space for him to run around, and great schools for him to attend. It's going to be all around, I think, a positive change for us. Obviously, lower cost of living is a huge reason that we have decided to make this transition as well. But I think more than anything, it's all for our son. We are ready, I think. We've already found tenants for this house, so that's a done deal. So a huge relief, like, off of our shoulders. And we're just getting this house ready, getting it packed up, and we're going to be moving out here very soon. But by the time this video goes up, we will be in our new house already. I can't wait to give you guys a tour of the new house. I love it so much. That's a major update for you guys, and stay tuned for more house tours and updates, and come along with us on this new journey. I'll be sad to say goodbye to this house. We made so many amazing memories here. This has been such a great home to us. We love our neighbors. We love everything about this area, but we're excited. We're excited for a change. So saying goodbye to this house. All right, guys, that is that for this video. See you in the new house. Bye.